Hey everybody, this is Dust for Dust on Gaming with some more work on our Human series. Tonight we're going to play a little bit of both the budget deck, slightly updated version of the mono white that we played a week or so ago. A little bit of a red splash, Reckless Bushwhacker in the sideboard. Switch some sideboard cards around, added a few red sources in the deck that aren't expensive. Also, the change of Dauntless Bodyguard over Soldier of the Pantheon that was suggested by one viewer. And then we're going to switch up and try to get through a league with 5-color humans in a friendly league. So this list, obviously it's a budget version of mono white humans. Building up towards the more powerful 5-color humans lists. So the main difference between this list and the previous one is no Mutavault, no Ajano Castle. Like I said, we switched out Dauntless Bodyguard. Soldier of the Pantheon. Dauntless Bodyguard allows you to protect Kytheon better. Obviously, when Kytheon flips into his Planeswalker form, he's pretty powerful. Beyond that, just a quick reminder, Honor of the Pure pumps your whole team. Opposing Sovereign keeps your opponent's creatures tapped down for a turn. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben disrupts spell-based combo. Thalia's Lieutenant pumps the team in addition to Honor of the Pure. Brave the Elements, pretty good against anything not named Affinity or Eldrazi. Particularly when you're trying to protect from removal or get through like elves or something. And then some Path to Exiles to interact with your opponent's creatures. Sideboard, you're a little bit weaker to Storm and other variants than some of the other humans lists. So you got a couple Relic of Progenitus and a couple of Aethersworn Canonist. Aethersworn Canonist is definitely a nombo when you're trying to go 1-drop, 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 but in the matchups where you want it, like things like things like the Storm matchup or Ad Nauseam, the downside is certainly worth the risk. Declaration in Stone, difference in this list. This gives you more outs to things like Tarmogoyf, Death Shadow, Scavenging Ooze, creatures that can be hard to beat otherwise. A couple Near Heath Pilgrims for some racing situations. Slightly less budget version, you'd be running Auriok Champion, but as we said, this is pretty much a budget list. So Near Heath Pilgrim, Soulbond, allows to give you lifelink, hook it up to a large champion of the parish, gain 5-6 life the turn it comes down. Mirroring Crusaders for decks like Jund, Abzan, Death Shadow if it's still a thing sometimes. Obviously anything with green, brawls with Tarmogoyf and elves and such pretty good. Reckless Bushwhacker, this is both in matchups where you need to go a little bit faster and in controlling matchups where they have sweepers, so it allows you to go 1-drop, 1-drop Reckless Bushwhacker, hit them for like 7 or 10 damage out of nowhere. And Ranger of Eos for the grindier matchups. Obviously, in the old standard version that was played by Tom Ross and some other notable grinders at the time, this card was Gideon Ally of Zendikar. However, when you have so many 1-drops, even in grindy matchups, going Ranger of Eos, going and getting 2 Thraben Inspectors, that's basically a 5-for-1, which is kind of insane in some of those matchups. Obviously, your cards are not necessarily lined up as well as some of the others, but, Ranger of Eos allows you to pretty much go get any card in your deck. What's up, Janchevik? How you doing? So, that's going to be it for the quick deck tech on the red-white, or white-red version of humans. After a couple matches with this, you had to update X-Mage. Yeah, I bet that was fun. So that's the updated list for mono white splash red humans. We're gonna play a couple matches with this and some 2-man queues, and then we're gonna switch over to trying to get through a quick league of 5-color humans with one of the more updated lists. Yeah, I'm sure. I took a look at your list. I'm gonna have to work on updating it a little bit, obviously. I wanted to get the human stuff rolling tonight. I also have a list from that the FAW sent me of a Just Got Control list in Modern, and then I think Space Marine still got to send me his black-white tokens Planeswalker list. So, got a lot of stuff rolling. Sounds pretty decent. We don't have... We only have the 1/1 drop, which kind of sucks considering how many we run. But I mean, the rest of our hand's pretty powerful, so. Depends on what our opponent's is on here. Oh, Affinity. This is going to be a roughin'. Don't think we have enough cards in our sideboard for Affinity. Alright, Kythian's not a bad one here. Yeah, I didn't want to go too nuts on the red splash, so I wanted to see if it could support it without going too nuts here. So it's possible we need more stuff in the sideboard. Like we could, you know, if we ran more red sources, we could run Bolt and such, but I don't know how. Yeah. So, Thalia is not particularly good here. What's up, Foz? I got your email. I perused through the list a little bit. This hand's kind of awkward with how our mana is developing here. I think it's Thalia's lieutenant or Thalia, but kind of a wash here. This is not Brave the Elements' best particular matchup. It's possible. I'm certainly not discounting the fact that that would be a pretty good card to have. Ravager is going to get annoying. Wonder if they're going all in on the... Is it their card they had a Mox Opal? Don't think they realized that, yeah, Mox Opal costs mana. I can definitely see your hatred for Tron with the main deck Blood Moons and a Jeskai list. So what am I supposed to run out here? Honor of the Pure leaves me vulnerable to... Oh, I agree there. So I'm going to leave up Path to Exile this turn cycle. Hope they go in on Ravager or something. I doubt they will, but you never know. I really hope they go all in on this Blink Moth Nexus and try to go for the kill. Yeah, I agree. It's just unusual for the Jeskai list in particular to be trying to run... very unusual for the Jeskai list to be trying to run Blood Moon. But you're a little more of a tap-out version, so... Okay. So... Can't really block anything profitably here. Let's force them to make their decision. Yeah. That's a little ambitious in some regards. I didn't like look at really closely at your mana, but I'm sure you have the ability to support it. It's possible I should have waited on this path, but I really don't want to. Only 2 each. Yeah, I saw that. What are they going all in on? Are they going all in on the Nexus? Or the... Yep, it's the Nexus. So if we don't draw another path to exile, we're dead next turn. So maybe I was a little too hasty pulling a trigger on that path. Huh. So 4, 5. Obviously we're dead here, so it's like make our opponent pull the trigger. Nope. I have Relic, but Rest in Peace wouldn't be worth it. Alright, so this matchup... Definitely want the Pilgrims. This is definitely a reaching matchup. Probably want the Bushwhackers. Declaration's fine. Maybe. Depends on how many cards we want to board out here. Thalia isn't particularly good against a lot of their stuff. So we're going to get her out of there. Although First Strike is somewhat relevant. Other cards are bad here. 3 minutes. Maybe on the draw we only want a couple of them. Yeah, go like that. Just bring in the Bushwhackers. See, the thing with... This is going to sound comically bad given what's going on in this matchup. Why did I just mulligan? I have no idea. Meant to hit the keep button. So the thing with Affinity is Stony Silence is basically only good against Affinity for the most part out of a deck like this. Obviously it can hit the prison deck, like some of the fringe prison decks in Lantern, which Lantern's kind of a thing, but kind of not. So honestly, I'd rather have Path. Bolt has its uses, but I like Path better in a on-the-board creature deck. Yeah. I mean, this is still a very budget list, so like a lot of the cards that we're naming off would require more support. Like we have a red card in our hand right now, and we don't have any red mana, so we're only running 8 red sources. So running Bolt is a little. Oh, Master of Ethereum, yay! This particular list is about $30. In Magic Online currency. And we're gonna get slaughtered next turn. Um. Well, that was a fun game. I don't know that it's budget so much as this deck has a lot lower mana curve. So, I don't know how much you really want to try to support Thalia, the 3-cost Thalia, when Imposing Sovereign does the same thing coming down a turn earlier. Like, there's a lot of games that by like turn 3, especially if you're on the draw, 3 casting cost Thalia has very little effect on the game, whereas Imposing Sovereign has a little bit more of an impact. We're going to wait to see who pops in queue here. I don't really want to play against Affinity again. So, but yeah. Nice to see you, Foz. I notice, yeah, I know. But, once again, you're still a 20-land deck trying to land a 3-mana spell consistently. It's kind of pushy a little bit. And you're not cheating with things like Noble Hierarchs and yeah, you're not cheating with things like Noble Hierarch, Ether Vial, etc. So Misty Rainforest Island. Could be a lot of different decks. You know what's funny is many 1-drops as we run, and we still haven't seen the 1-drop, 1-drop, 1-drop start. No, I took it out. There was the Populate one. It was whites in the last version. Because literally the last version we didn't play against anything that seemed to warrant that kind of effect. So it probably has Bolt here for Kythian. Oh well. Yep. So it looks like we're up against a version of Blue Moon. Grim Lavamancer. So see if I go to crack this land on end step here. Doing that to avoid making it less likely that they have a spell to play there. What the? Yeah, no, I understand. We up against Teamer? with snow-covered mountain. Interesting. I really don't want to jam pre-combat Thalia's Lieutenant, because this is probably getting countered here. Okay, just remanded. I was figuring we were going to get, their opponent have here. I do realize Snapcaster Mage is coming into play tapped, right? Oh, that's funny. Oh. Yeah, I've seen a few of his videos. Vendelion Click. Gotcha. He's probably recording, which means we'll probably get to see this matchup from both sides, which is ironic. Probably. He's usually either streaming or... So my 1-1's got to trade with your nonsense. Alright. Yep. Probably should have played out Boros Elite there. Kind of funny though, we're hanging with the $500, $600, $700 deck and we're... Jace Varin's Prodigy. Not a card you really want hanging around. See if they block with their Jace here. Probably they have no reason not to, right? Huntmaster of the Fells is going to be a difficult one to beat. Pretty bad spot this game. No good attacks. This is the one thing with the mono white or even this red white splash. It's a lot easier to a lot easier to answer the waves of creatures because you have a lot less disruption of what your opponent's doing, so you're a little more of a quote-unquote honest aggro deck. They're going to get to flip the Huntmaster here. Why would you... I'll play one more turn, but we're pretty well dead here. Like, between the advantage from Jace and the Huntmaster flipping back and forth, it's going to be really hard to kind of take this game down. Hey, thanks Eduardo for the subscription, much appreciated. Now it's a little bit late on the thing here. See what our opponent is doing here. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and concede there. As soon as they start double spelling and flipping this back and forth, there's just no way we can come back from that. Alright, so they're a little bit more of a... a little bit kind of hard to tell what's going on over there. Probably want the Deccan Stones. In the Rangers. Do I want to bring in the Bushwhackers, though? I don't think so. I think the Boros Elites are the weakest of the 1-drops. Yeah, I'm sure he does, too. And I need to cut one more, so maybe... Woe Reaper? Yeah, Relic could be good. I don't want to over-sideboard, though, and go down too much on creatures. So maybe one Honor of the Pure. Because while getting the pump up is relevant, you need like 2 of these effects to get out of bolt range. Most of the... Actually, you need three of these effects between that and Lieutenant to get most of these out of bolt range. So... cut one more card here. So I currently have 4, 7, 10, 12, 15 1-drops in the deck. No, it's only creatures. But I'm already going down a good bit of my 1-drops, so I don't want to board out too many, but I guess we'll go ahead and do one more. Just want to thank everyone for hanging out tonight. Doing a little bit of some Modern tonight, instead of the Standard that we've been doing. This hand seems pretty decent. Just wanted to get a couple games in with the budget list before we switch over to the 5-Color Humans League. Let's see, get Kithian rolling here. Probably gonna die to Bolt on turn 1, but can only do so much here. No Bolt on 1. Wonder if that means Tarmogoofy. Gather the Townsfolk could be reasonable. Look, like Jeff Hoagland always likes to say, though, what are you cutting to put that in the deck? Like, what from the list what from the list are we willing to cut to add that to the equation? Maybe, but the whole strength of your deck is the 1-drops. So, how many 1-drops are you willing to cut to get in more powerful cards? No, I can't afford to bodyguard here. I gotta get that Lava Mancer off the table. Or are you talking about a card to cut, Foz? Bodyguard's too important to protect like your Kithians and your Champions of the Parish. It's actually a pretty good suggestion by one of the viewers. Oh. Maybe I could see like maybe cut 1 bodyguard, 1 Boros elite for 2 gather the townsfolk. What does my opponent have going on over there? This is going to prompt a reaction if they have one. Well, isn't that what I'm here to do? Wizard's Lightning on Imposing Sovereign. Wow. Okay. Smells like either a click or a snapcaster here. Maybe this is Cryptic Command. Just draw a card, sure. But as far as trying to make everybody happier, I'm going to try to be streaming more. I'm going to start pushing to try to make this a little bit more of a serious endeavor. To be blunt, work sucks. So want to push forward, trying to make this a little bit more of a serious endeavor. I'm also going to be looking for another job because, like I said, my current job really sucks. So, what you got, opponent? This means you're dead? Question mark. Question is, what are you bolting here? You know what sucks is Wizard's Lightning can't be flashed back if you don't have a wizard in play. So, all right, at least we got a game. Woo! I work at Wally World, and they've put a new system in place. And to be frank, without like risking getting myself in too much trouble, they put a new system in place in the fruits and vegetables department, and my upper management is getting chewed out by their bosses. So therefore, they're coming down on us and disciplining us for basically small screw-ups. So, to be blunt, yeah, that's That's the simplest terms I can put it. So, I mean, if you got Bolt, you got Bolt. I can't not play my creatures. Got the Bolt? Yep, you got the Bolt. Alright. Man, they like these Lava Mancers, don't they? So I'm going to have to take an entire turn off to stone this thing. Oh, Declaration on Stone unfortunately undoes our opponent's mulligan a little bit, so. Deck and Stone. Yeah. It's basically an extension of the computer inventory system. Like, they basically put my department on the IMS system because they're trying to get it to the point where um, they're trying to get to the point where they can combine all of the fresh areas. So, and produce is like the last area that doesn't have. They had Spell Snare. It's unfortunate. Cracking the clue. Yep. See if they have like a Snapcaster or something here. Okay, opt in response to Brave the Elements. Awkward. Guess this is just the pass the turn value. So. Yep. Snapcaster, Lightning Bolt. Kithian, you were nice while you lasted. Tch! Dauntless Bodyguard a turn too late. Huh. Opponent's up on cards now, so pretty likely we're in some trouble here. Snapcaster Spell Snare. Brutal. Alright. Yep, not attacking into the Snapcaster here. I mean, we're still in this game, but it's pretty much over. Like, we can't afford to draw 3 or 4 more lands, and they have... yeah, I have a Plains in hand, friend. I figured they were just going straight for the looting effect. But apparently their cards in hand are pretty good. Alright, on that note, so, like we know from some previous matchups, this deck can hang with the big boys, but it runs out of gas pretty quickly, so you kind of have to get them dead. That's just the nature of the beast. Gonna go ahead and return these cards to mana traders, pick up the cards for the main thing. You gotta time your sideboard right. You know, you can't zig when you zag. You know, if you have Infinity, you know you need Stony Silence or Disenchant effects. You know, so it's like you have to know what your opponent's deck is doing. But I mean, for a $30 deck online, you can't really ask for a ton more competitive. About the only deck that's more competitive for 30 tickets in Modern is probably Mono Red Burn or maybe 8 Whack. So kind of hard to argue with the price tag. Red Splash, don't know if it was worth it for this. Like Janshevik's, or not Janshavik. Yeah, Janshavik suggested maybe Blood Moon's worth it if you want to go a little less budget. Get some people here and there. Declaration in Stone was fine. Obviously, it's much like Path to Exile. It's a card disadvantage to get some cards out of the way. Didn't see the matchups where we'd want either Sworn Canonist. Ranger of Eos has proven to be pretty reasonable in the grindier matchups. Mirran Crusader, once again, gotta see the right matchups. So, much like any other Modern deck, you have to have the right sideboard cards for the right situations. So, I mean, not a whole lot more to say with a deck of that particular nature. Anyways, need to start borrowing the cards for 5 color humans. So, 5 color humans list. 5 color humans. Humans, where are you? There we go. So this is the list we're running. It's one of the lists that did well in the recent Magic Online Challenge. We got all the toys. We got the Restoration Angels, the Katakis, the Dampening Spheres, Reclamation Sages, Heron's Grace Champion. Now there's a card. Lifelink out of nowhere for all your humans. Got the one of Direfleet Daredevil. Got all the usual human toys. 4 Horizon Canopy. So, I mean, not much more you can say about that. So. For 5 color humans, you'll have to cash out. So. But, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and mute the microphone. I need to go switch some laundry out, so I will be back here in a minute or two. So, thanks everyone for hanging out. Alright, we're back. Try the trade again. Standard now, like Gearsmith's Prodigy is coming out, so I'm thinking I'm giving a shot to Artifactors. Kind of fun with Kaladesh. Seems reasonable. Never fails. You go away for a few minutes and you lose like half the viewership. Oh well. Thanks for everyone that stuck around. Sorry for the few minute delay here. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to get cards when you're switching decks, so that's why I usually drop the stream for a few minutes when I'm switching between decks, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So many ones of and twos of to play around, and Phantasmal Image makes it that much worse. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna copy X and do X, and yeah. Oh, I drew one of my 2 Reclamation Sages against Affinity. Oh, now I have a Phantasmal Image. Now I'm just gonna blow up your board. Heron's Greatest Champion. Yeah, that seems like a good one to copy. So. It runs 1 planes, usually. Usually runs 1 planes. See, right there, 1 planes. Alright, so leagues. Going in a friendly league here. Yeah, the humans deck gets part of its advantage from playing such a 5-color heavy mana base, so they are a little weak to Blood Moon, but at the same time,
oh my goodness. That's awkward.
Stupid phone decided to start.
Thanks a lot for the hood.
Started randomly starting another stream. That's always fun. Do. So, alright, humans. Hopefully these, yep, starts popping there soon. Okay, can't keep that hand. Looking. Sounds alright. Noble Hierarch. Are we on the draw or are we on the play? We're on the play, so. We're on the draw, sorry. Seriously? Chalice for 1. Alright, so. Need to find a Cavern of Souls. We're up against mono white splash red Eldrazi. Well, yeah. Smuggler's Copter and Reality Smasher. So our opponent's got Reality Smasher and Gemstone Cavern. So next turn we name Reality Smasher. Yeah, it's a deck that's been popping up here and again. Um, it also placed reasonably well in. Yeah, it's a variant on Death and Taxes. Reality Smasher. Why would you do that? It made absolutely no sense why you'd play Gemstone Cavern unless you don't remember that it's legendary. Um, Guessing you forgot it was legendary. Sort of. It's fine, because that wasn't the human I was going to copy anyway, so. Alright, so despite getting half of our hand locked out, we still managed to win. Probably want the Rex Sages. Let me look up this list here. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. No, I want modern, not standard. Yeah, it was the. So they run the usual brigade: Arbiter, Thalia, Displacer, Thalia, Heretic, Cathar, Thought Knot, Reality Smasher, and Smuggler's Copter, Chalice of the Void. They have Deccan Stone and Takati Honor Guard in the sideboard, and they have Warships. So I'm probably going to want to bring in the Rex Sages and maybe that's it. We're not going to have a ton of spells to flash back, so probably take out Daredevil and probably want the Dismember, board out a Thalia Guardian of Thraben. Try it like that. So it's just mono white Death and Taxes splashing for Simeon Spirit Guide to go a little bit faster. I don't think we can keep this hand. We don't have a Vial or this hand's a little better. Freebooter. I don't know that Freebooter is really what we want with this hand though. Another Rex Sage is a little awkward. Especially if our opponent doesn't draw a Vial. Yeah, I couldn't think of what the other card to board out was. That's annoying. Yeah, Honor Guard's surprisingly relevant here. I wonder how Rexage interacts with that. Hmm. Yeah, it shuts down a lot of the deck. Oh, believe me, I know, but the problem is I don't have a whole lot of anything in my sideboard to deal with it, so it's kind of a, if the games they have it, they have it. I don't know, we'll find out here in a bit. Scarlet Reality Smasher, interesting. Yep. Get to find out all kinds of little interactions with this deck. Hmm. Well, this specifically says trigger, and Phantasmal Image is not a trigger. It just happens. There's nothing that goes on the stack that says, this card just happens. So, yep, just gotta take it. I don't think there's anything that gets us out of this situation. With all of our ETB stuff. All of our ETB stuff just kind of shut down by Tecatli Honor Guard. Meddling Mage would be a great card, but... Alright, so... Is there anything we can do about that annoying little wonderful card they brought in? Not really. I think the other cut's probably another Thalia. Maybe Heron's Grace. It's another ETB effect is the problem. Guess we'll just roll with this. Hope they don't have it. Well, even if you have turn 1 Chalice, doesn't matter, friend. Hopefully you don't have turn 1 Tecatli Honor Guard, that'd be annoying. Oh, Chalice on 1, which is now completely useless. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why we may not even need Manus Rider. Okay, they have Thunk Nut here. Nope, they have Displacer. Which I think Displacer is going to be too slow. Hmm. I already used the ability, so I may as well, I guess. See what you got going on over there, friend. Alright, and our opponent scoops it up. Yep, humans deck when it gets going, it's really stupid. You know, this is part of the reason why this is the probably hands down best deck in the format. And it really pains me as a burn player to say that, but humans is bar none the best deck in the format. I mean, it certainly has rough matchups like Tron and Jeskai and that kind of stuff, but it's the best deck in the format for a reason. Ugh. It's a mulligan. This hand isn't much better. I think I keep this hand because I have the Canopy and a Scry, but this hand isn't great. Death Shadow's fine. It's just one of many different decks. Like Jund, that Jeskai. There are certain numbers of interactive I guess I'll keep another Phantasmal Image. Yeah. Ugh. Tron. Yuck. Yuck and Tron. This is a rather lousy champion of the parish, but, you know, whatevs. Hopefully we can kill them before they devastate us with Tron stuff. Yeah, they might have turn 3 Tron here. Yep, they're gonna have turn 3 Tron. Meddling Mage. Yeah. So... presuming I'm locking out Karn here... Karn... because that's the most obvious turn play. Walking Ballista? Worm Coil. We need a Reflector Mage, like now. Restoration Angel. That makes for an interesting card. Hmm. What's up, Doyle Rules? That's awesome. I mean, if they drop Ugin or O-Stone here, there's not much we can do. See if they attack in. Karn. So 5, 7, 11. Seriously? The Karn that was in their hand? Yep. Tron. Alright, so... get these dampening spheres in here. Get these reclamation sages. Nah, Kataki's not worth it against them. Direfleet Daredevil's a little kind of trashy here. What else do we want? We shave a Thalia. Shave a Reflector Mage. Yeah. What was the last cut? Is it another Reflector Mage? No, we gotta have answers to Wormcoil. Thought-Knot's like the least of our worries, honestly. If Thought-Knot is their turn 3 play, we're doing good. I'm thinking it's Reflector Mage. Guess I'd like to play first. We'll keep it, but the sand's a little slow. Got ourselves a freebooter. I think I'm just supposed to Thalia here, right? Try to use the freebooters to disrupt them a little bit. See what they got going on. Well, at least they're not going to have Tron here, most likely. Okay, so... Doot, 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 doot. Karn. Ooh. Piece of candy. Oh, never mind. Our own Thalia punishing us. Oh, come on, deck. Seriously? That's funny. So our own Thalia is punishing us here. Oh. I did it more because its effectiveness on the draw is worse. Alright. We had just enough disruption to get there that game, but we were on the play, so... Uh, exiling lands? I'm lost on that one. Oh, no, 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 no. I know they draw a lot of lands. My thing is Thalia literally won us that game because they were not able to turn to Sylvan Scrying. So we were able to snag it with Kite Sail Freebooter. So they were a turn behind what they needed to be able to do. Because otherwise they had turn 3 Karn, or turn 3 Tron locked up. That said, is there any of the cards? Don't think I like any of these other cards better than what we've got in our deck. So, even though Thalia isn't great, she's staying in. Sure. Keep. Hmm. It must have natural Tron, which is kind of disgusting, actually. Yeah, I think we've all had turn 3 Karn happen to us a lot in real life. Oh, I should have played... A small pun here. I should have played Champion of the Parish first. Walking Ballista for 1 is moderately annoying. It's going to shoot this Noble Hierarch. Yep. So I'm only playing 1 spell this turn anyway, right? Let's get see what they got going on over there. Well, so Spatial Contortion or Oblivion Stone. I know we're pretty boned here, but I gotta play to the board and hope hope I can draw a Rex Sage or something of the next turn. Mm-hmm. Question is how much more am I supposed to commit to this board here? So they're gonna have Tron lined up, which kind of sucks. I think we're losing this game, ladies and gentlemen. So we know they have Karn in hand at the very least. So. Yep. Utamagi. Blocking Bliss to the boot. Oh, Sylvan Scrying. Okay. That's the game. Alright, so 1-1 so far. Well, kind of I don't know. No matter how many times I play against Tron, it's like there's quite a few humans just don't match up well against Tron. I mean, yeah, they have a lot of pieces to disrupt them, but it seems very play draw dependent. Like there are some human draws that can kill them before they get set up. Like we had that one disruption draw on the play, but feels like if we're on the draw 2 of the 3 games, that's kind of a rough matchup. I guess I'd like to play first. This hand isn't fantastic. We have no 1-drop, but I think we'll still keep it. So how's everyone doing tonight? Thanks everyone for hanging out this evening with us. O'Doyle, Janshevik, Foz. Anybody else going here and going in the party? Oh, elves. This is going to be a little rough, isn't it? Uh... Hmm. I'm more interested in getting Meddling Mage out this turn. Because their 3 drops are Archdruid and some of them are running Steel Leaf Champion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I can only shut down so many cards right now. No, Yuzuri's not particularly dangerous without Archdruid in play. The next call is Collected Company, actually. This is another somewhat bad matchup for humans, I think. Though, to be fair, having Izzet Statcasters in the deck post-board will help some. Oh, there's Yuzuri. So we're in some trouble unless we draw. Two, three, four, five. Because now they have the overrun effect. They don't actually. Yeah, I don't know how we're beating this combination even right now. It might. Just like, am I supposed to get this? Guess I'm supposed to get this rolling. I mean, we're in a lot of trouble either way, so. Guess I attack with these. If they want to trade Yuzuri for these, I guess I'm alright with that. This could leave us dead on board. I don't know. I'm having to get aggressive here, and I think we're too far behind right now. I was debating if they want to trade Yuzuri for. And it cost us 3, I believe. Alright, well, if we're dead, we're dead. Okay. It's pretty close to lethal, if not quite. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 21. This is going to force me to block with Mantis Rider. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Does Reflector Mage even save us here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reflector Mage might buy us a turn. Need to draw like another Meddling Mage or another Phantasmal image here. Dwyne's Elite. That's rough. No, it does not. Doesn't have that or Fiend Hunter. They've moved away from both in most lists. The heck is this? Seriously? Oh, enough to hang in this firefight. Let's go to the next game. Got the static casters. Guess we want Dismember. Sun Collector is so... eh. I mean, Dampening Sphere could be okay, but they generate far more mana than we do. And... guess we're cutting Athalia and... maybe a freebooter. Guess flyers are our main way of winning, so... yeah, guess a freebooter. Guess I'd like to play first. Sand doesn't do anything. Yeah, pretty much. Ziggurat can't cast Ether Vial here is the reason why I had to do what I had to do here. Alright. Or Ralph, sure. Now we're drawing a Reflector Mage. I should probably have bottomed that. Because I need to hit a land next turn to be able to cast Reflector Mage to be anything meaningful here. Yeah. Jeskai is pretty much a thing, is largely a top tier deck because Humans is a top tier deck. Okay, Dwyann's Elite. Probably Heritage Druid go off. Yep, just Land of War Elves. Dismember. Emblem Gaming, I think if they get one of those, yeah. I have no idea how dumb the deck would get from there. Am I naming Elvish Druid or Collected Company here? I think Collected Company. freebooter is spells. Like an O-ring human, I mean the closest you've got is Banisher Priest or Fiend Hunter for creatures. So, yeah, I know. That's why I didn't name Archdruid here. In Battle Bond? How much does it cost? I mean, I know Battle Bond's not um, modern legal, obviously. That Nykthos is going to get real stupid next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a lot of mana. It's a 3 mana 1 1. Yeah, that sounds about right. Noble Hierarch. They want to trade off most of their board for this. I'm more than happy to make that exchange. Especially with Dismember backup. Just making sure this is game 2, because this feels like this is like a game 1 that's gone on for way too long. But I'm sitting here with a sideboard card in my hand, and I'm like, yeah, is this game 1 or 2? Dur dur dur. Nykthos is going to be quite stupid here. Yep. Galta? Jiminy Christmas. This deck's going deep. We really need to draw a... Alright, Mana Strider's not a horrible one. But... So, this... Blue... Doesn't matter if they draw. If they draw Yuzuri, we're dead anyway, because they have more than enough mana to play and activate him before we ever get priority. So we know that they have 2 Gultas, a Visionary, and a Dwayne's Elite in hand. Yeah, they can play and activate Yuzuri before we ever get a chance to respond. So it's kind of whatever. The better argument would be for Elvish Archdruid, but even that's kind of. There goes our only chance to win the bloody game. We need to draw like another Mantis Rider this turn. Alright. Ether Vial is not the card we were looking for. Because next turn they get to redrop Gulta and then kind of go to town. Alright, I'll be back in 1 minute. Gotta go turn over the laundry. I'll be back in 1 second. I'll pop up the deck list so guys can take a look at it if you haven't already looked at it in the link below. So, be back in 1 second. Alright, we're back. Well, to be fair, humans... Elves is a kind of a bad matchup for humans unless you have like your champion into champion plus Thalia's Lieutenant and pressure them out of the game because they go wider than you and they have the ability to kill you over the top. So, excuse me. This hand is interesting. So, Am I just supposed to ignore ether vials here? I think I am. Possible our opponent has Path to Exile, but we really can't play around that right now. Of course they do. Alright, well. Another Eldrazi deck, yay. Hmm. Hopefully they don't have Thought Knot this turn. Okay, Arbiter I can deal with. See what you got going on over there, friend. Path to Exile, Fatal Push, and Blade Splicer. So, supposed to take Path here. Then they have Blade Splicer, Thalia, and Fatal Push. Yep, they're black, white, death, and taxes. Alright, so we're interested in Dismember. Am I interested in any of these other cards? Looking board at Athalia. Staticaster might be alright against them. Depends on how many. I'm just going to bring in one Staticaster for now and maybe board out another Thalia here. Want Kataki, no. Selfless Spirit, eh. Oriok Champion, no. Dampening Sphere, eh. It's okay against them, it's not great. Heron's Grace Champion's okay, but not like fantastic. Bringing it over the last Thalia. Yeah, I mean they're playing. They get more access to more powerful cards. Like that version can run Dark Confidant and such. Yeah. I guess we keep his hand, but dear lord, could it be? If they have Ghost Core, this could get real awful. Alright, Foz, have a good night, man. This is going to let them know that we have our basic planes in our hand. See what they even have in hand. Tide Hollow Sculler and Flicker Wisp. That's obnoxious. Take Reflector Mage. Interesting. Displacer is obnoxious. How do we even beat this nonsense? I think we're losing this race, unfortunately. blink out the... Wow, they're not. Interesting. Figured they'd blink out the Phantasmal Image copy. Hmm. Five? Reality Smasher? Yep. Looks like a re-smasher. They are very, very far up the chain, aren't they? Guess we leave Lieutenant back this turn, because otherwise they could potentially lethal us. What? I don't think we were ahead there. I don't know. Alright, match number 5 here. Just want to thank everyone for hanging out tonight. A little bit of a longer stream. We did a couple of matches with some white-red humans before jumping into this league. So, anyone new to the channel, if you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing. I'm really trying to help grow this channel. If you're returning veteran, thanks very much for being a huge part of what this channel is doing. Let's see, get this ether vial going here. Again, some type of attrition-y strategy. Kind of hoping for a land there. Oh well. See if our opponent has a path or something here. They do not. Okay. Very slow start from our opponent. We haven't exactly been able to capitalize, though, unfortunately. Possibly. Tide, Hollow Sculler. Nope. Another shit bears deck. Shit bears with an extremely bad start. So we've... This is our third Eldrazi Taxes matchup. Did they take? Thought he was lieutenant. They gonna like draw step ghost quarter us or something? No, not at all. Seriously? I don't even want to show them that. No, I was just kind of, um, nope, I still have some of the, various collected company decks to do, so. But I wanted to get in some actual playtime with one of the bigger end decks of the format. May as well throw out the lieutenant here. Some consideration to get meddling mage, but passing on 4 damage seems foolish. Or sorry, 2 additional damage. Might get thought knotted here. Yep. Not thunked. I don't even know what you take here. Champion? Yep, one of the meddling mages. Because they literally... I have no idea the exact answer to that. Phantasmal Image. How much damage can I do this turn? So what card do I care about here? Path to Exile? Something like that? So... So I actually kind of goofed here by taking up Vial. Although... Like, I literally can't, Yeah, I goofed. I can't even play Phantasmal Image this turn. Huh. Oh well. So, do I just name Tide Hollow Sculler, or do I name, like, Path to Exile here? Opponent with a delayed good luck and have fun. Tide Hollow Sculler, since we know they have it. See if they chump block here. Yeah, I was thinking Path too. Little late on the... But we don't know for sure they have Path, and we can probably win through a Path at this point. So... So I guess the worst thing that could happen to us would be like Flicker Wisp. What are you flickering? Champion here? Okay. Yeah, feels like path or push maybe. Yep, shit bear. It's a shit bear. Are they still dead on board? I think they may still be dead on board. And that is why we protected our hand. Alright, so we want Dismember. So what all did they show us that game? Don't think we want the Statocast. Well, actually, Statocaster is reasonable against. It's reasonable against Thalia and whatchamacallit. So I'll bring in one. Maybe the Heron's Grace Champion. Go down the Thalias. I think the Thalia is just the worst card in the deck in this kind of a matchup. Anyways, Jankovic, no, it's not the end of the series. I'm probably gonna play this deck again a couple of times. There's like the regular collected company version. There's a like Bant Retreat humans list. There's a couple different lists that I've come across over time that's pretty fun. See if we get pathed here. Nope. Alright. No Sculler either. Interesting. So what am I supposed to play out here? Human. I'm just naming Path to Exile. Path to Exile. Fatal Push? Nope. Alright, there's... Are we gonna get shit bears? Could get Leonarbiter Ghost Quarter, that'd be annoying. Especially if they take out the Ziggurat, then we can't cast Phantasmal Image. You know, Jankovic, we honestly won't know until we try. Like, I played a blue-red controllish deck on MTG Arena that was absolute jank. Like, it had 4 Enigma Drake and 4 Torrential Gearhulk because it's only win cons. And Enigma Drake was insane. So, looks like we'll probably get out of here with the it is, but Flicker Wisp on what, though? What are you Flicker Wisping here? Champion of the Parish, just to turn down the heat a little bit? Continue the tempo plays, pushing damage. So are they dead here? Reflector Mage 1. Problem is I can't cast both Reflector Mage and Mantis Rider this turn. That becomes a 3. Do that. Huh. Colored mana coming back to bite us a little bit here. So if I bounce this, you take 3, 6. So if I bounce this, they have to chump block one of the bigger. You have to chump block champion and take 6, go to 1. I think that's probably the best play here. Yeah, I can't, like, all these spells require blue or black mana, so it's like, I can't just, and I want to make sure they stay locked out from being able to cast Path. So this makes sure that they have to block here. I could. I'll freeboot after combat. Because freebooter's not relevant. You have to block there or you're dead, friend. That's the only block you have. That's why I attack with Meddling Mage. But yeah, you're right, Janshevik. I should probably have... Alright. Well, that's the game. So, we went 3-0 against Death and Taxes lists, and we went 0-2 against Tron and Elves, which are traditionally not very great matchups for humans anyway. Thoughts on the deck. Humans is humans. It's pretty good. And you can't even Shining Shoal. Alright. I want to thank Janshevik and everybody else that's been hanging out tonight. I'm going to call it a night. I got to grab a bath, walk some dogs, make a bed, get to bed because I got to be up at 3 a.m. for good old work. So, I want to thank everyone for hanging out. I want to thank everyone who catches this later on YouTube. Working on having this channel grow. So, if you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing. If you really like what you're seeing, consider suggesting it to your friends. Anything we can do to help this channel grow would be greatly appreciated. If you like the particular video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you really like the channel and want to support, I have a Patreon page that I'm going to start pushing out content on for. The Foz is already contributing on there. Any amount, even $1 would be greatly appreciated. Help grow the channel. But I want to thank everyone for hanging out, and hope everyone has a good evening.